Just almost there. Yes. Hey, Money Flow Society. Now, as far as active Money Flow Society, we have like, there's at one time there was almost 400 and something people in our group. Now, as far as active in the Discord, I think I saw it was like 200. Most people are just kind of voyeuring in, watching. Maybe they don't have anything to add. If you don't immerse yourself into the markets and get into the ebb and flow, but at the same time, you have to kind of remove yourself from the emotion of it and just watch it for the drama that it is, you're just going to fall away. Most people are going to come in our group. They're going to stay 3, 4, 5 months. It's not the magic bean they're looking for. They're going to drift away. I know. I did that. I did that for like a decade before I realized there is no magic bean. There is no great way. And if there was some magic way to trade, then that guy would be rich as fuck and never would share it with you. Okay. So if anyone is selling anything, you have to take it with like, and they're not telling you this, the idea that the markets are random. And I think when I say that, sometimes maybe people don't believe me. They think there is some way, there's some magic way to catch all the up moves and avoid all the down moves. And I traded that way. Okay. I would be what I call a day trader. And I did that using the money flow. If you cannot sit at your computer uninterrupted with multiple monitors all day long, day trading is not what you're looking for. Okay. You'll be sad. Then there's swing trading, which I do a lot of, but I am not a pure swing trader. And I didn't create this group. My point in having the Money Flow Society was to benefit myself, but also to benefit, obviously to benefit other people, but that would benefit me in the sense that I would be in a community of like-minded people. So think about, here's an example. Crypto got smashed yesterday. Huge. And the people in our group a lot of them were very excited and looking to buy more. Why? They believe in the crypto market. And I was so proud of that. And guess what? I fed on that energy. So I'm like, wow, I was down $30,000, dude. My last job, I made $12.50 an hour. You know how long you got to work to get 30 grand? Man, oh man, yes. What is going on? My name is Gerald Peters. Welcome back to the channel. Always remember, whatever it is you think about comes about. Whatever it is you focus on, man, that is what's going to grow in your life. What is up, man? What is up? Welcome to Sunday service. That was an old private video I did in the last big crash that we had, trying to calm the nerves. The purpose of the money flow trading system. The purpose, boom. The purpose of the money flow trading system and the Money Flow Trading Society is to bring like-minded people together around a basic philosophy. Where's my damn notes here? Sorry, don't have anyone helping me with church today. And the reason I refer to it, Sunday service, this idea of church, is the concept or the philosophy of religion. Religion is based upon the concept. This, by the way, is 100-something year chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Actually goes back pretty damn far.
I think this chart here, 1915 is how far this chart goes back. That's a lot, man. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was created in 1896 by Charles Dow. This was a badass dude, man. Charles, early entrepreneur in the stock market space, put out a newsletter, telegraphed it to people outside of Wall Street. Wall Street wasn't that big then. This is in 1896. It originally consisted of 12 companies. He's the guy that created the concept of the index. American cotton oil, you ever heard of it? No. American sugar, ever heard of it? No. American tobacco, Chicago gas, distilling and cattle feeding, General Electric, Acetic gas, National Lead, North American, Tennessee coal and iron, U.S. leather, and U.S. rubber. I ain't heard of any of those, but I guarantee you, some of them have, but if you go look through acquisition and through mergers, these stocks consolidate. When I first started trading, there were over 9,000 stocks to choose from. Today, it's under 5,000. Purpose of church is where people gather to learn the basics. And one of the basic concepts of the money flow is that the money flow is fractal. Not Fraggles, as in HBO, but fractal. A fractal is a never-ending pattern. It is self-similar across different scales. These patterns, they're created by repeating a simple process over and over again in this ongoing feedback loop. Driven by recursion, fractals are images of dynamic systems. The pictures of chaos. My new ebook coming out is called Chaos to Cash, because these markets are fucking chaos. Timestamp 1013. Take that out. Did the link work that I text? Yes, it did. Damn, G's on a table. I'm on the money tonight. I'm on the money tonight. We are live on Instagram. Instagram, you might move over to YouTube. You get a much bigger view. We got 100 viewers. 100 viewers on YouTube. I don't know how many we got on Instagram. Either way, hit my bio link. Help a brother out. Pick up an ebook. Get on our Substack. Whatever. Go buy some beer tonight. Chapter 6 of The Science of Getting Rich says how riches come to you. In the previous chapter, he said you don't have to be in competition. So as traders, we're not in competition with each other. We're in competition with ourselves. And so as we look, put this back on. Now here's the current chart of the Dow Jones. Just an ugly 2,231 point decline on Friday. One of the biggest in 5 years. Man. Science of Getting Rich says, when I say that you do not have to drive sharp bargains, I do not mean that you do not have to drive any bargain at all. I mean, you can put shit on sale, or that you are above the necessity for having dealings with your fellow man. As a matter of fact, my friends, all of the money that we want is in the pockets, purses, wallets, checkbooks, credit cards, and blockchain wallets of other people. Other people are our source. This is why Jesus said it's better to give than to receive, because you have to give value in order to receive. Now, Donald Trump applied that to the stock market by saying, hey, in order for me to make it go up, I got to crash it. Okay, I like the logic. Damn, car just drove by, jacked up. I kind of like the logic. If we take the stock market down, it'll bounce back. And that's the way I'll take it up. Interesting way of looking at it. So the Dow Jones was created. Man, I like this little picture they put of me right here. Hold on, man. Let me do a little. If you would share it with a friend. If you don't have my ebook, you don't have to die broke, man. Grab the ebook, man. I need to buy some beer tonight. And click the QR code and hit the article. Hit the article, buying the bottom with confidence. And make sure you can do that. We're going to talk a little bit about that right here. Let's add the stage. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Massive fall. I mean, if we were to, let's just put it on a little chart here. It's crazy to think about that the Dow Jones, look at that. So we do have a little possible support here, but man, unless there's a hell of a turnaround, it's not looking like it. Everything is signaling to the downside. Everything is signaling to the downside. Guess where dividends come from? Other people. Right. Other people have our money. So we have to engage with those people. Now, more than one way to engage. You can own a business. And by owning a business, you leverage yourself by leveraging your money, right? So there's a couple ways you earn money. One, you get paid per hour. Per hour, okay? That's number one. Number two, you get paid based on skill or performance or some shit you know. They'll pay you for that. Lawyers, doctors. You have a profession skill that commands a certain amount of money, right? What's number three? And that, you can create a product or a service. That's what the stock market does for us. We don't have to do it, okay? The 30 companies that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which was created by Charles Dow in 1896. That's a long time ago. Originally started with 12 companies. Created the first idea of the index. So if we come over here, let me share this little thing. This right now, where are we at right now? Where let me see, hold on. What is the Dow at? Damn, 38,000. So we're over here in the 38 range. So, but look, take it back. Look at this. So at the core of the money flow is this idea that over time, assets go up. The 7 assets we track, if you go to page 35 of the petersreport.com, if you go there, look on page 35. On 35 is my homework. I spent hours on it and I give it to you free. This is my trading log. What you see on there, those pages, what I did for myself. I did it for myself, man. My man says he just moved over from Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you can move over and join us on YouTube. The first Dow companies were mostly basic materials, heavy industrial firms, including American Coal. We already named off the companies. The original index was calculated by adding up the prices of the 12 stocks and dividing by 12. Come on, man. I told you didn't need half much math. That girl that worked for FTX, she said they didn't even use math, and she went to MIT and got a math degree. That seems like an overkill. U.S. stocks bearing the brunt of trillions, over $5 trillion in market value has been wiped out since President Trump declared war on global economy. Thanks, Mr. Trump. No matter where you look, there have been significant losses, baby. I got people down 50,000. Elon Musk is down 119 billion with a B. Problem is he's leveraged just like me. There have been significant losses across the globe, but they have not been distributed evenly. So one of the things I would like to point out, pull this up. That's back to the here. Let's pull up the damn chart. One of the things I want to point out, if you go to my homework board on page 35. Let me pull it up. If you don't know, now you know, man. if you go to thepetersreport.com, you should subscribe to it. What's up, man? We're trying to stay one step ahead of the market. Me and my team, I think they do a pretty damn good job. But here's the thing. We can't read the future. But if you look on page 10, you're going to see the basic concept, the money flow, and the 4 stages of price movement. But let's take it to the back. World GP posted homework. You need to do your own homework. All right. Do it along with me. No Diddy, though. All right. If you look, this is dated 4/6/25, baby. What do we notice? We got a couple stage 3s out there, man. We got the Kellogg's. We got CVS. For breakouts, I put LOL. Not many breakouts. I haven't had my dividends coming in this week, but that's going to be kind of nice, right? Those dividends are going to buy a lot of shares. Damn, free shares. I love it. I don't know if you noticed, there's a couple dojis on Delta and Hanes Brands. Both Hanes Brands is significantly undervalued. It is on my must buy, must own, gotta have stock list. If you don't have it, don't say I didn't tell you. If you don't have it, don't say I didn't tell you. I got a list coming out of my 10 top assets that I would buy in a market crash. Some of you may already own. Some of you guys may not own them. This is your chance to get those stocks. Now listen, you don't have to add shares to every stock you own. You ain't going to be able to do that. If you want to do that, buy a fucking index. You're going to have to pick and choose. You might come up here and trim. I'd be trimming some CVS right now to pick up some trophies. Trophies, man. Top picks. I might trim Kellogg's a little bit early too to give me so I can get some of these trophy assets on sale. All right. So I can get some of these trophy properties on sale. Hit that QR code or go to geraldpeters.info. We're going to take you to this article that staff here on the Peters Report put out where we try to stay one step ahead of the market, entitled Buying Bottoms and Identifying Confluence. This is the best way I can show you the anatomy of the stage 4 decline becoming the stage 1 in the money flow. This is everything, guys. This is the whole fucking enchilada right here. There's my good friend Jess. What's up, baby? She's back working. Tony says he's waiting on CLF. I'm trading steel right now. Speaking of steel, new core steel. If you check out my homework, new core steel, man. Come on, man. So anyway, get in and on here, and we break down the money flow right here. And shit, traders are buying tops and bottoms. This thing is just filled with gold here, man. God damn, I need to take it down. Shit, that's the whole damn enchilada right there. Go read it. Make sure you understand it and start tracking it. And right now, the track begins. Now, here's a little bit of a concern. This market moved too fast, too quick. Look at this. RSI hit, money flow indicator down here. Oh, sorry. Anyway, on the Dow Jones, couple things. Here's the RSI. RSI hit, okay? This is a big move. It's just hard for me to believe that we get more of these. We have to bounce. We got to be near a bottom here, man. But we're going to start watching. And so we want to watch the indicators in order. And we want to create confluence. Once we have confluence, I had a young man email me. Where you at, bro? I hope you're on the live. He emailed me and said, hey, man, I don't know how to pick up bottoms. Well, read the goddamn the money flow, man. Once you learn how to spot a stage 4 decline and define it, and then you pick how to pick an anchor point, right? What is the anchor point? Anchor point is the lowest low. Well, where is that? 38,314 right now. But we need some fucking confluence. Look, RSI is 23. Check. Possible support. And we got to check. We'll see. I bet tomorrow we open down and come straight back. Woo! That's what I think. I'm excited. We'll see. Dow Jones, 100-year chart. Next time you talk to your mama and your daddy, say, Mom and Daddy, why the fuck didn't you buy the Dow Jones. And they're going to say because I was scared and there was an oil crisis. And then there was this Black Friday thing. Not Black Friday, Black Monday. And out of Black Monday, they created Black Friday. So they didn't have any more Black Monday. So they could make some money. And then they what? Then we had shit on the 90s. And then we had what? Oil. We had Iraq fighting with the Russians. Then what? Well, then everybody was a prepper at one time. Right? All right. So the point is the world's been ending my entire fucking adult life. As has the currency's going to crash. All right. So I'm sick of that shit. They've been saying it since I was a baby. And they're going to keep saying it. And there's been all kind of crazy, awful shit that's happened throughout. But guess what? America always wins. You have to bet on that or you're a loser. You're going to lose if you don't bet on it. So you want to stay positive. Now, I'm not talking day trading. I'm not talking shorting a few moves there. That's not what I'm talking about. All right. What I'm talking about is the overall view, the big picture. You get what I'm saying? Thanks, just the big picture. What is the big picture, man? What is it? Do you know? Science of Getting Rich says you don't have to deal with people unfairly, baby. You don't have to get something for nothing, but you can give every man or woman more in use value than you take from them in monetary value. And that is the basic principle that we use here in the Money Flow Trading Society to try to keep everybody on the right side of the trade.
Pick that up and pick that up. And I wish the general stock grand in one day. So I'm like, wow, I was down $30,000, dude. My last job, I made $12.50 an hour. You know how long you got to work to get 30 grand?
Hey, don't
I was down 30 grand in one day. And when I go to the blockchain channel, nobody's really crying. Everybody's like excited. They're talking about, oh, we can pick this up and pick that up and pick that up. And I wish the general stock channel was like that. But, you know, a lot of people, that's not how they're seeing it. Whenever there's a stage 4 decline, you know, they get all upset and rattled and it was all my money. And it's sad, man. And I think the difference is on the one channel, these people are like in a religion. They have conviction. I can't teach you conviction. So if you're expecting me to buy a stock, 2 days later, take profit from the stock and then sell that stock and get out.
Boom, man. Boom, boom, bada boom. Okay. Now what we're talking about there, hell yeah. Praise them. Come on, man. Bring me back into the camera. What's going on? What we're talking about there, MFG, is the big picture. That's one of the 10 pillars of success, right? See the big picture. Now, we know we cannot give to every man more in cash market value than we take from them, but we can give them more in use value than the cash value of the thing we got. So my friend Rich does that tattoos. Well, that tattoo is going to last a lot longer and give them more value and joy than it costs the ink and the time. And so he's giving them something they can keep for the rest of their life for a small sum. And that's the money flow, man. From me to you. And then when you join me, from you to them. And most of the people that come into the money flow today don't come in through me. They come through other people. What's up, Jess? Gang, gang, gang. So right here, we're seeing the start. And I don't want to get I want you to read the article. Hit the QR code. Go geraldpeters.info. Hit it. I want you to read that article. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in there. All we got to do is learn the stage 4. So that's what we're doing. You stay with me, man. We got it from here on out. You're going to get all 4 fucking stages. You came at a good time, man. Good thing the stock market's crashing, huh? Hey, Trump said we got to take it down before we can take it up. So we talked about the idea that the market is fractal. It's a never-ending pattern, meaning every day. We talk about fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They are created by repeating what? A simple process. The money flow is simple. Over and over again in an ongoing feedback loop. Part of that ongoing feedback loop is what? Each day we get new data. That's why you'll hear me refer to this like chaos to motherfucking cash. Chaos to cash. Because every day is chaos, man. Every day. Driven by recursion, fractals are images of dynamic systems, pictures of chaos. And that's what Charles Dow attempted to do in 1896 when he formed the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And he said, hey, baby, let's keep it simple. We're going to put 12 stocks in. We're going to fucking add them up and divide it by 12. And that is the number of the index. And if it's up from yesterday, I guess the fucker's going up. Well, with the money along the way, people began to create indicators and oscillators and all these things, man. They created all these things. And, these are the founding fathers, the originators of chart reading or technical analysis, the shit that we, the faithful, take for granted. We take it for fucking granted. They used to draw a MACD by hand. You can imagine that? You would hand draw your fucking indicators on a graph paper every day. Every day. Can you imagine? Yeah, Tony, the Dow Jones was started by Charles Dow in 1896, and it consisted of 12 stocks. Today, it's only 30, of which I don't think there are any originals anymore since General Electric got kicked out. What we have here is the advent of the stage 4 decline, right? Boom, we saw the box break here. Support broke. If we pull this up, support broke. Support and resistance is an extremely important subject when it comes to the money flow. Support and resistance is created because of this concept that price has memory. You have to believe this. There are certain things that you have to believe, like a religion. We believe that assets go higher, period, and that the 7 assets of the wind are the wind of all assets on planet Earth, obviously. Oil, gold, bonds, Bitcoin, the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500 are the 7 top assets in the world. Now, we could get into real estate. You could add land, ocean, you could keep going, right? There's a lot of valuable assets. I'm just talking about these, okay? And so our faith, our belief is in the fact that over time, assets that produce income or store value, like commodities, like oil, Bitcoin, gold, or they produce cash flow like bonds, stocks. These are valuable things. Super valuable. And it takes courage to hold them because of the ups and the downs of the stock market. Where is...
I'm sure there are. You may know 2 or 3. These are outliers. I'm not trying to be Michael Jordan. I'm trying to get rich for certain because I'm not Michael Jordan, okay? And I also do other things. I have a business to run. Most of you have businesses and careers, right?
Come on,
so
man.
You want to play, how do I get rich for certain? And by the way we do that is we buy quality stocks, quality assets that are undervalued that we think are worth up here, right? Hold on. And some of you know this, but this is super important. I can't teach you conviction. And, the guys that come in, I want to join you guys for 3 months. I'm just kind of testing it and feeling it. No, you need conviction, man. Because the moment you get conviction, you get where your mind, you can board an airplane and crash into a building. Like that's conviction, right? When you sell yourself out and believe in what you're doing. So I don't know how you get that for yourself. I have that. So that's a super fucking power that I have. Do you understand that? When you have 100% complete faith,
come on,
that tomorrow it'll be there. that even if I wake up and the stock market crashes by 50%,
Come on, baby.
if you hear me post something negative, it's usually, understand, I'm joking, right? I'm joking, or I'm just like, wow. It's not like, wow, I'm sad, or wow, I'm just like, wow, the drama of the day. It's another 50% drop. You know how many I've had? Six, I think. Markets, where it went down 50. Shit, count crypto now. We'll go 7, right?
Come on.
I mean, the whole stock market came down, right? So now individual stocks, wrote them to 0.
Take it to 0.
I wrote a few stocks to 0. 4, I believe. There's people say, well, that's stupid. All right. I mean, it was only 1% of my account. I mean, you go over here and play this game where you buy, place a hard stop, it stops you out, you lose a little money, right? Say you lose 300, and then you make 900, and then you lose 400. You're playing this game, right?
Come on.
I don't know if you know this, but that's not that much money, and you're going to pay taxes on that. Okay. Or I could just buy it and over time build it, right? And then it goes down again. I build it, then it runs up. And when it goes too high, I take some off and I push that over.
Man, that was a younger GP there. That's a private video, man. I came across it in the archives from the last sell-off. I'll post that inside Discord. If you trade in Discord with me, I'll get that posted so you guys can take a look, man. Let's see. All right. So I brought this chart up here. I thought I had, let me see. Maybe not. I had another one that had all of these. It had it broke down. So it's about 70% of the time we're getting positive numbers. Market's doing well. So Charles Dow starts at 1896, but as the country began to evolve, and they do call it the Dow Jones Industrial, because why? Okay, Richard's seen the video. I think I'm going to put it out, man. I'm going to put it out. I'm going to put that video out today. Let's do that. Let's put that video out today. Text number if anybody wants to join me at church here toward the end. Come on. I don't think I've ever had people on a Sunday, but if you want to jump on, you can come on as a guest. But as the country's industrial age came to a close, electricity became a dominant energy force. Man, I own a shit ton of electrical companies too, by the way. Who do we own? Southern, Duke, FE, AP, ED. You gotta love them. Dominion, you got, man, the D. Got to get the D. I know a lot of you like the D. So energy, whether it be utility companies or whether it be oil, has really pushed the Dow Jones Industrial. The economy. I encourage you to go do a little research on this. Then and now, the list of the Dow components is revised periodically to remove companies that can no longer be seen as bellwethers to substitute. Okay, this is how fucking smart they are, though. Let's pull up AT&T, baby. Let's pull up AT&T and see, is AT&T doing better than the Dow Jones? So, okay, look at this. AT&T's trading at $26 and has only had one down day basically all year. I mean, a little bit of a pullback here. Okay, but guess what? They took them out of the goddamn index. Now, let's look at the index. Boom, straight down. Okay, good job, guys. As the economy shifted toward providing more consumer goods and technology-based services and products, that's how mofos like Salesforce, Apple, where'd they go? Down. Not AT&T, though. So I've owned shares of AT&T most of my adult life, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was my very first. Hit that QR code, man, or visit that was my very first dividend, was AT&T, and got me addicted to dividends. I love dividends. There's nothing more than I like dividends. I like them. I like them. I like them. I like any money you get that is from, it is stage 4 way of earning money. Everyone starts by getting paid to earn per hour. Then maybe you get a skill or some career or something that's valuable. Boom. Now you're getting paid way number 2. Number 3, creating a business or a product or a service, something that works without you. Now you're beginning to leverage yourself, right? Boom. If we get into number 4, number 4 is where you begin to make money with money. Now, a lot of people jump to that one way too soon. Damn, where'd my damn phone go? Hold on. Let's see. Appreciate you guys being here. Absolutely.
Over here. Do you understand? That's what I'm doing. So if you go sign up and watch Kathy Woods and the ARC funds, you're going to see them moving money around, right? But they're trying to do it strategically. Now, I'm not moving as much as they are because I don't have as much coming in. If I had fucking unlimited money coming in, I'd have unlimited trades going out, because I would take my cash and I would put it in to the money flow. So what I found to simplify this and to realize is I'm playing this game for life. Some of you guys are trying to fucking trade. Now, I trade. I'm a good trader. But what I would rather do is a social trade rather than just watch some fucking lines cross. Excuse my language. I know everybody, I'm trying to stop. Besides just watching some lines cross and it goes up and then comes over and then the line crosses and we got the right. Instead of just doing that, what I'm trying to do, what I found to be the most valuable and work around my lifestyle so that I can go build my business, so I can go be with the kids, so I can go read a fucking book, so I can go write a book, so I can come here and teach, so I don't have to sit in front of my monitor all day. I don't want to do that. That's not fun, dude. You think that's fun? They're not rich. People that own real estate, the rich people don't even go to the real estate they own. The really rich people, they're not sitting in front of fucking monitors, man. That's the people that work there. Why? Because that's not how real wealth is built. There's nothing wrong with it. And I do that. So the other day, buddy of mine calls Bitcoin. You saw that hit 29,000, I think. He goes, what do I do? And I said, buy like 2 coins. He's the richest guy I know. He's not even in Bitcoin. He just got his account set up and he just put $100 in there. And I got a $10 referral bonus on that. And I called him back and I was like, you little bitch. This is like the richest guy I know, you know? So I'm thinking he's going to deposit some money and he put $100 in there.
But Gerald, $100 is better than no dollars. Is it? Is it really? Man. In 1928, the Dow was expanded to 30, count them, 30 companies. Woo! Now we're growing. Now we're getting somewhere. We've got to get these things set up so Donald Trump can destroy them. Let's see. These companies have changed over the years, but the index mainly aims and represents the U.S. stock market. Hey, in order to take stocks up, we got to take them down. I like that philosophy. So what we have to understand and why it's important, I think, to study, you want to study history. And you say, why? Because history, you've heard the old phrase, history repeats, right? Or what some people might say, history rhymes. And that rhythm is the fractal pattern that I talk about in the beginning of the money flow. Now, you're going to start to see patterns everywhere. And you might suffer from the psychological disorder, like maybe I do, of seeing patterns where there are no patterns. It's actually true. Came across that the other day and I was like, damn, I didn't know that was a thing, man. I hope that's not what I have. Most people, though, for real, live their lives in chains, man. And that's what the Money Flow Trading Society is about, this MFG thing. Money Flow Gang. You could be proud to be part of. That it's a group. It's a group of people, of like-minded people but here's the thing. You can use those people as they use you. And I mean use in a good way, meaning to benefit each other, to hold each other accountable. So that, like most people, we're not living in chains that we can't even see. Most people don't even think they exist. And they follow a script that's been handed to them since birth. Think about that. Since birth, this script was handed to them. They asked permission. Hey, can I go on vacation? Got to put in time. Hey, teacher, can I go to the bathroom? You got to raise your hand. So we followed that script of the Matrix, never questioning, never escaping it. But see, some of us, we saw cracks. We see the system might be a little fucked up. How come you want me to send my money to right? Kind of like taxes. It all goes to Washington. Where's it go from there? And then when they want money, they print it. And then the government tells you, listen, you have to put this on there. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Meaning the past doesn't predict the future. And then the Federal Reserve takes all the information from the past and puts out reports and does activities in order to control the future. Does that make any sense? Man, that don't make any sense to me. Man, I got people watching me do the thing, looking through the window. But see, we the faithful, those of us who believe, man. Those of us who believe, we saw it crack in the system. Man, fuck your system. Fuck this matrix. I'll retire when the fuck I want to. I'm not sending my money to some fucking fund. I don't know who's doing it. I'd rather lose it on my own. I want to control my own money. I don't believe the reports that say the average person can't beat the index. Bullshit. So you can't get me to just fucking repeat that because someone told you that. And so you use that for your excuse. And maybe you can't. Yeah, because if you don't try, you can't. No shit. If you don't develop skills, you can't perform very well. No shit. Duh. Now, here's the funny thing. See, here's how I know that is fucked up. Because everyone I've ever met that has a finance degree doesn't know anything. They don't know shit about stocks. So who the fuck does? Come on, man. Don't shout me down when I'm preaching. Good. Ambassador of opportunity, preacher of plenty and abundance. See, if Jesus said it's better to give than to receive, don't you have to have something to give it? So wouldn't it make sense if you have a lot of it, if you're rich as fuck, you could give away a lot more? See, I can feel it. You feel it deep down in our gut. That hunger for something bigger, to do more, to be more, to have more. Not only control of our own lives, but our families' lives, right? To be that king or queen. It's not for the weak, man. Oceanfront property is reserved for the mighty. Lakefront property is reserved for the mighty. The second home in the mountains, that's not for average people. That's not for people who fucking take 120 days a year off. That's not for you. That's for the people who put in the time to get the money, to get the bag, to put it into the system, to elevate from working per hour like a child to down the process of up the process of earning to level 4, where you begin to earn money with money and you begin to leverage yourself into a 10,000 hour work week, not a 40-hour work week. I want to work 10,000 hours because I own 118 companies, 17 houses, royalties. Get it? We want to earn money many, many different ways. And as Gucci Mane says, money be coming in pounds. Nobody earns like me. You cannot earn off a job and ever build any wealth if all you do is work a job. If you do work a job, you've got to develop the skills of a stock trader and the skills of a stock investor. And they're different. They're completely fucking different. Trading is not investing. Now, you can use the skill sets of each other to improve each other. You really can. Let's see. See, the world will tell you to stay in line, get in line, play it safe. Play it safe. Benefits, baby. You need benefits. Follow the path that keeps you comfortable. Don't take no risk. But in that comfort is the enemy. But the true three enemies of mankind are what? Indecision, fear, and doubt. Chapter 9, if you don't have to die broke, is called Dealing with Fear. Maybe go back and reread it. Hit the QR code. Go to geraldpeters.info. Get on our list and go over here and read this article entitled Buying Bottoms and Identifying Confluence, because that's what we got to do on this chart. I could teach a baby to trade. Maybe, well, hold on. Back it up, GP. Here we are back at the chart. Go over here, right here. This is over at our Substack. You don't need to read any others. We're going to get you ahead of the market, okay? We're going to talk about buying bottoms, and this is identifying confluence. You got to do that if you ever want to understand how to read these charts. And I can show a baby, maybe not a baby. You got to be able to read a little bit. Okay, maybe like fifth grade level. I can take a fifth grader and make them a good stock trader with just charts. So that shouldn't take us very long. All right. So come on, baby. If you don't have my book or the course, get on it. But at the very least, let's use this Substack. The MFG team puts a lot of work into this. Take advantage of it. So maybe this is how you leverage yourself, by the way, right? This is how you leverage yourself. That's the whole point of the money flow. We share homework. We share our stock picks. We share our dividends. Why? To push, to motivate, to hold others accountable. See, broke people, they don't want no advice. If you're broke, you don't want nobody telling you what to do. That's why you're fucking broke, because you're trying to do it by yourself when money comes from other people, right? You don't have the three keys to successful life: health, wealth, and mindset. You're not operating with the 10 pillars of the 9 thoughts on getting rich. You haven't learned the concept of earning, organizing the buckets through the money flow, and then properly allocating money diversified into the 5 different strategies that we have with the money flow. Man, this is a whole life. That's why I call it church. It's a fucking religion. And I promise you, wherever you're hurting in life, it's one of those things I just said. Something is out of whack. One of the 3 keys: you're not working on your health. Your mindset is all whacked up. You've been jerking too much. What? And then what? Health, wealth, and your wealth. Which wealth is what? The things we learn, right? Wealth is the companies we own. We don't sell them just because they go down. Come on, man. We don't sell our assets. Now, a lot of you are like, yeah, no shit. Some of us here are new. Okay? So don't make fun of your fellow MFGer. Your responsibility is to uplift other MFG members. It's my job to train them. It's my job to mentor them. It's my job to get on to them. It's your job as people in the group to help each other, to uplift each other, to encourage and point and say, hey, this is not to be me. Okay? People don't need a lot of people getting on them. Let me do that. You help them. Just like you wanted help. Just like I helped you. And if you're ready to destroy the old programming and rebuild from the ground up, if you're ready to step into the new world, gang, where power and control and financial freedom belong to you. You control your future. You control your assets. If you're ready to step into that new world, becoming financially free, the MFG is the place to be. That shit kind of rhymed at the end. How about that? Now, I think that's called ball busting. We do that. We do that. And I probably get on to people too much, man. I probably do. I'm just trying to defend. I am the defender of the faith of the money flow to keep it pure. Other people can use it and add to it. My job of the high priest of the money flow is to keep it simple and based, the same process that 70% of the time assets go up. By identifying the 4 stages of price movement, we can decide, target, enter, exit, take profits, or whatever it is we need to do based on the fractal nature of the time of either the trade or whatever it is we're doing. It's all about time frame. That's why you can't answer, where would I put $10,000 today? It's a dumb fucking question, because I need to know more. I need to know, what's the fucking point of it? If I don't know the point of it and I don't know the time frame of it, I don't know what strategy to give you, which means I can't tell you what stock that is. And so we got to back up. So that's a guy going through the 4 stages of financial income earning development. They're trying to go from per hour to money working for you, making money. They're going to skip developing the skill, which is what? Investing in yourself. There's only 4 things you can invest in: yourself, you, gym, clothes, dental, all those things that make you awesome. Breast enlargement, right? Brazilian butt lifts. Investing in you. All these things are for you, right? Then what? You fix your grill, right? Then what? Well, shit, now we can go to college or get a skill. We got to pay for that. So that's investing in you. Then you might invest in a business, which we can do through the stock market, because we realize where the source of money comes from. It comes from other people. Well, damn, those businesses allow me to leverage my time, talent, and treasure. It allows me to leverage my time, my talent, and my treasure. Boom. Now I can make money different ways. That's what the second income stream's all about. That's what buy and hold dividend stocks are all about. That's what position trading is all about. Daniel, would I buy Bitcoin right now? Daniel, get the book, my friend. Get the book. Click the QR code and read the fucking article. If you read the article, it'll tell you, would I buy Bitcoin right now? Once you learn how to establish the stage 4 decline and the anchor point, which is the very bottom, once you can do that, baby, man, we can identify it all day long on any chart, any commodity, any asset, MLPs, ETNs, ETFs, mutual funds, REITs. Come on, all of them. We can identify. I can tell you the bottom on anything if you just give me the chart and the 6 components that make up the money flow trading system. And once you understand how to use them and you understand confluence, come on, we can do anything, man. We can do anything, man. We can do anything. It allows you to take, when Warren Buffett says that, oh, be greedy when other people are fearful. What does that mean, though? You don't want to buy at the top of the fear. Shit, it might go on for another year. You've got to develop a way to go stage 1. If you can't do that, stage 1 trigger entry signal, you're at a disadvantage. And what sucks about that is I can show you in 10 minutes. Or you could go spoon in the garage with your friends, I guess. Daniel says he thinks it'll hit 72K. Daniel doesn't have a fucking clue where it's going. Daniel has no fucking way of valuing Bitcoin. Daniel, probably you're just looking at a chart and said it went here once before. Okay. Now go spoon in the garage. And let's flip a coin. Where's Bitcoin going? 10 bazillion. I think it's going to 1 trillion by the end of the year. Nobody knows shit. Nobody here. None of you know fuck shit. You don't know where anything's going. Neither do I. We don't know. That's the whole point of the money flow, is to live in the here and now. You can only work with what you have, with where you are, with what you can do right now. So you need to identify. Now, you don't know shit about a weekly chart. It's just a chart. It doesn't mean it'll go up or down. We give meaning to certain things. We might say, oh, this is a support level, might turn here. Okay, no shit. Might have turned on the last one. That's all that is, man. But what we do in the money flow, if you go over here to the Substack for the article, click the QR code, go to geraldpeters.info. Fuck, text me. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. Anybody you want me to send it to. I'll send it to your mom on Mother's Day if you want me to. Buying the bottoms and identifying confluence. Once you can buy the bottom and identify confluence, man, that's it. It's a done deal. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about, man. That is what it's all about, man. I hate to.
I said, buy 2 coins, man. Like, don't be, come on, man. You got money. Buy 2. Now you'll give a shit about the market. Buy 2, never sell them, and let's build this thing. Let's build it. Let's get rich, man. You're not going to get rich in crypto moving in and out, in and out. I know, because I know people have been in crypto for years. They're not rich, but yet it went up. Why? Because they got shook out. And so if they'd have been just an accumulator on stage ones, they would be really rich. But listen, we're adding the trading element, meaning when this is going into a stage 1, something over here is going into a stage what? 3. This is trading, man. This is just not day trading or every day I need to make 50. I had a guy tell me I need to make $1,000 a week. I was like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. I could make that in 10 minutes, or maybe it takes 2 months. I don't know. You know, we got to start building you out. You got to get some fucking skills. You got to get your mind right. You got to get the buckets right. You got to get in the frame of mind. I can't teach him conviction. He might get in with us and the stock goes down. And then I decide I'm not selling any. You notice sometimes I do. I cut it in half. Why?
All right, man. I kind of came across that video. I haven't seen that video in forever, man. So I thought I'd bring it to church. Hey, if you didn't catch the beginning, go back and catch it, where I broke down the history a little bit of the Dow Jones. Let's share this instead. Taking it back to 1915 so that we can have confidence in what's ahead, okay? That's for you. Let's bring this up. That's so you can have confidence, man. Created by Charles Dow in 1896, originally constituted 12 companies. Around 1915, what was it, 1925, something like that, we took it to 30 where it sits today. And it's a good idea to understand how indexes work. And what's the difference between an index and an ETF and a mutual fund and a closed-end fund and an MLP and a REIT? Come on, man. You should know the difference and the tax consequences difference. This is what we do inside Money Flow Trading Society, is make that kind of shit, that kind of language just common. It's just the way we talk, man. It's just the way we talk. I really do appreciate everybody being here. Go back and watch. I didn't mean to do it so long. We went an hour. I was trying to get it under 30 seconds. Hey, if you haven't seen it, I've been dropping 6-minute, 5-minute podcasts over on the Science of Getting Rich podcast. That's the only one I've been dropping on. I haven't been dropping them on the Mastering the Trade one in a minute. I may consolidate them just into one. If you would, man, come on, man. MFG, hit that like button for me. And, maybe share the video. Recommend an article. That article is going to help you identify. That article is for right now. Okay. We got training right here, right now. It's for everybody. You can have it, man. My man says he's been rocking with the podcast for months. So I hope let me know feedback. Yeah. I appreciate you. I really do. Let me know if you guys like it. And, man, I was going to go out with the thing. Let's go out with something a little pumped up, man. That's the thing about church, the organ music. I used to have people tell me it made them sad. That wasn't the point. I was just trying to make it like when you come into a Catholic church. I haven't done Sunday service in a minute. Let me know if you like it. And Sunday service is really all it is. It's just trying to get back to the damn basics, man. I appreciate you guys.
My shadow,
Woo!
shedding skin. I've been picking scabs
Come on, baby.
I'm down,
I love this little girl.
digging through my soul's looking for a clue. I've been crawling on my belly, staring out what could have been. I've been wallowing in my own confusing, insecure delusions. For a piece to cross me over, or a word to guide me in. I wanna feel the changes coming down. I wanna know what I've been hiding. My shadow, changes coming through my shadow. My shadow, shedding skin. I've been picking my scabs again. I've been crawling on my belly, clearing out what could have been. I've been wallowing in my own chaotic, insecure delusions. I wanna feel the change done to me, feel the outside turning me in. I wanna feel the metamorphosis and cleansing I've been endured in. My shadow, change is coming. Now is my time. Listen to my muscle memory. Contemplate what I've been clinging to. 46 into ahead of me. I choose to live into, grow, take and get into, move, learn and love into, cry, care and try to be paranoid into, lie, hate and fear into, do what I can to I choose to live into, lie, kill and give into, die, learn and love into, do what it takes to prove. can clear the way by stepping through my shadow. Jumping out the other side. Step into the shadow. 46 into unsteady.